Welcome to another episode of Pokemon Go. In today's episode, excuse me, I need to sneeze. Apparently not. Sorry. Alright, so in today's episode, we're going to be reviewing a couple of the big updates that came out just yesterday. The first one being that raid battles and new gym features are coming to Pokemon Go. So I'm on the Pokemon Go Live website right now, and it's trainers. The biggest update to Pokemon Go is nearly here. Very soon, trainers around the world will be able to participate in a revamped gym gameplay experience, including the opportunity to join together with others to battle against powerful Pokemon in the new raid feature battle. Right, so, new gym features and updates. Starting soon, gyms are undergoing a major facelift. You'll soon be able to spin the photo disc at gyms to acquire items just as you do at Pokestops. So that's something that's been really cool, because sometimes you go to a gym and it's like in a remote area and there's no Pokestops around, and like with rural players, like that was another big update was the fact that they weren't able to do Pokestops because there weren't any Pokestops near them, but sometimes there was a gym. Now that's not going to be an issue anymore, which is really cool. And it's also going to be even more items and different places like that. But I'll get to it. Updates to gym battles are also just around the corner. Gyms are no longer based on prestige and training, which is nice. Instead, they now feature 6 Pokemon that can be filled by the controlling team's Pokemon. So going back to like the more traditional 6 Pokemon that you're normally using during Pokemon gameplay, which is another really cool kind of thing, because I was always confused with the 10 Pokemon thing. Now, each Pokemon assigned to these slots must be unique, which is great because now there's not going to be like 6 Gyarados in a gym. Or as they put as their example, Blissey. In addition, opposing teams will battle the Pokemon in the order that they were assigned to the gym, so not necessarily by CP order, which is interesting. At the heart of the new update is a new motivation system that will significantly change how you interact with gyms. When a Pokemon is assigned to a gym, a motivation meter will be displayed. Pokemon assigned to defend a gym lose motivation over time, and as they are defeated in battle. As a Pokemon loses motivation, its CP will temporarily decrease, making it easier for opposing teams to defeat. To help keep the Pokemon motivated and in tip-top shape for the next battle, trainers can treat their team's Pokemon to some berries, which restore their motivation. If a Pokemon loses all motivation, it will leave the gym and return to its trainer the next time. It loses a battle, so you'll want to keep your team's Pokemon motivated by giving them berries frequently. So this is kind of a different little update to it, and it also gives a new use to berries that like you don't need. Like I don't like the banana berries, the nab berries. Like I generally just kind of get rid of them because I really only ever use raspberry and pineapple berries. So I can use those now instead. And also the decreasing CP levels is also another kind of cool thing, because it makes gyms easier to beat as you go along. And then it has some pictures of some of the new gyms, a little bit different looking style to it, and you get to see all the gym Pokemon kind of standing together, which is interesting, little interesting thing. And then you can also feed berries to it, like I said, and you can also feed other trainers' Pokemon. So like if you don't have your Pokemon in there, that means someone else can. Or if you're not running out of berries and you're teaming up with another player, they can feed your Pokemon, which is really cool. And then here they have the items dropping, and then here's the 6-on-6 nature of it. And then just kind of like a different little, I guess, battle screen, which is you and your Pokemon, which is kind of cool little thing there. And now, another new thing that they're bringing into the game are gym badges, which is really nice because, like, you're used to getting gym badges in the Pokemon games. And before, the badges for gyms were just kind of weird and they took forever to level up, and it was just a messed up system. So, now you'll be able to earn gym badges when interacting with many gyms around the world. Gym badges serve as mementos of your Pokemon Go adventures and reflect your contribution to a gym's success. You'll be able to level up your badges by battling, giving berries to the Pokemon in the gym, and spinning the gym's photo disc. You can earn the opportunity to receive bonus items and increase rewards from gyms by raising the level of your gym badge, which is very cool. And then they show kind of what the gym badge will look like, and then it appears as though every gym has its own unique gym badge, which is again nod to the Pokemon games prior to Pokemon Go, where each gym has its individual badge. So you could potentially get a ton of different gym badges if you're just battling gyms all over the place. And then you get subcategories in each of those gyms for time defended, for treats given, and for victories at that gym, which is very nice. And apparently it also shows the Pokemon that you currently have at that gym. Alright, now on to the new Raid Battle feature. All around the world, you'll soon be able to participate in the new Raid Battle feature at gyms. A Raid Battle is a cooperative gameplay experience that encourages you to work with other trainers to defeat an extremely powerful Pokemon known as the Raid Boss. Before a Raid Battle begins, a large egg will appear atop the gym. When the countdown above the egg reaches 0, the raid boss will be revealed. So this is kind of typical to like a lot of online games, like multiplayer games, where there would be raid bosses, but typically it'd be tons of players all around the world, etc. So, but now it's going to be kind of located to just the individual gym that raid boss is at. Now, before you can battle the raid boss, you'll need a raid pass. You can get one free raid pass per day by visiting a gym, but you can only hold one at a time. Cheeky. You can also get premium raid passes from the in-game shop. Another money grab. Upon using your pass to join the battle, you and up to 20 other trainers work together to defeat the raid boss. If you successfully defeat the raid boss within the 5-minute time limit, you'll have the chance to catch an extra powerful Pokemon of your own. Now, 5 minutes seems like a very short amount of time for what I'm about to show you, which is that the gym boss, the raid Pokemon will be like, here's a Tyranitar at 25,000 CP, whereas your strongest Pokemon is typically maybe at 3,000 if you're lucky. Now, here's a few pictures. So there's going to be a new feature added to the map where you can find raid gyms, which is going to be very cool. That way you can just go track it down and not just happen upon it. And that's what the egg will look like, which is different. And what I'm thinking is, if it's like is it any team can do it, or is it going to be one team at a time can do it? Now, here's a picture of the free raid pass, which is interesting. Now, one free raid pass, and you can only have one at a time, so that's going to be kind of annoying, but they will be selling the premium one, and we don't know how much that's going to be, but that's probably going to be like something where you can use like multiple raid passes. And then here's kind of a picture. Okay, so you can, it looks like maybe it's not just one team can do it, because there's a Valor and a Mystic setup in there. And then here's a picture of it battling. And so, new items. After defeating a raid boss, you'll receive a collection of rewards, including some new items obtained only by defeating a raid boss. And these will be rare candies, golden raspberries, and 2 types of technical machines, otherwise known as TMs. One for fast moves, which are your ones that you just tap the screen repeatedly, and the other one is the charged move, which is the one where you hold the screen. A rare candy is a mysterious candy that, when used on a Pokemon, turns into that Pokemon's candy. Now I'm hoping that it's not just like you get one rare candy and you get one candy of whatever. I hope it's going to be like you use one rare candy and you get like 10 candies of that Pokemon. That would be cool. Then the golden raspberries will greatly increase your chances of catching a Pokemon you encounter in the wild, and can also be given to a Pokemon assigned to a gym to fully recover its motivation meter. So like, that's pretty cool, because that way it makes Pokemon that would be very difficult to catch in the wild a little less difficult, and you won't have to use so many berries for the motivation meters. So that's very cool. Now, the technical machines are items you can use to permanently teach a Pokemon a new fast attack or charged attack. These exciting changes in motion we will be temporarily disabling all gyms. So that's already happened. Once the update has been rolled out to players around the world, gyms will return. The raid battle feature will then be rolled out slowly over the next few weeks, starting as a beta, with raids visible only to a subset of players at certain gym locations. This will probably be during the Chicago event. Over a few days, we'll invite more players to participate and enable raids at more gyms around the world. Keep an eye on our social media channels for updates, blah blah blah. We can't wait to see you, blah blah blah. The Pokemon Go team. So that's very cool. Definitely looking forward to this update, and it's definitely going to be a huge update as well. And another thing is that you are able to then capture the raid boss, or you'll be given the opportunity to capture, but I highly doubt that it'll be that 25,000 level that it would be. It's probably going to be reduced down to a regular level, because I can't see people just running around with 25,000 Pokemon. Like, that's just ridiculous. Plus the gyms would be ridiculous, because it'd be like facing 6 raid bosses. So that's probably not going to happen. I'm currently trying to catch a Charmeleon because I'm still trying to get a better Charizard. Alright, please don't freeze on me. Ultra Ball and Pineapple Berry. And so we have already seen a few gyms, once I'm done catching this guy, where it's already been shown with the gym update that all the gyms are now back to being bland, kind of vanilla. And so yeah, definitely trying to use Pineapple Berries right now, because Charmeleon is worth 5. Oh, I'm already at the Ultra Ball. So yeah, Charmeleon is worth 5 normally now, so with a Pineapple Berry it'd be 10. Now this is a pretty high CP Charmeleon, so hopefully, yeah, it's going to be very annoying. Pineapple Berry. I've saved up Pineapple Berries, as you can tell. I keep thinking I need to switch over to Ultra Ball. I don't. Alright. Great throw. Hopefully this one works. Now, the other big update was also that Chicago has happened now. Obviously we are now in a new location, so my phone died, or not my phone ran out of space and my camera died at the same time. We did, if I go into my Pokemon right here, gonna go ahead and show you if it will let me. And I did manage to catch that Charmeleon. Everything's just really lagging on my phone right now for some reason. But here it is, that 931 Charmeleon. We were able to catch it, and that did put us at exactly 100 candies. And then I hatched a Charmander from a 2K egg, and I caught another and then I caught another Charmander, and so now we're at 111. So we can go ahead and get a second Charizard, one with bad IVs, but it'll be probably very close to Zippo in terms of CP, because I won't need to power it up. Now, as far as other new updates to the game go, if I go ahead and switch over to Chrome, I'm going to go ahead and go through the Pokemon Go Fest update. So with that, obviously we are going to be going to Chicago, Illinois, July 22nd for Pokemon Go Fest. I was able to grab a ticket. They sold out in something like, it's debatable, between 6 minutes and to a half hour. Somewhere in there, there's been reports from 15 minutes to 30 minutes to as little as 6 minutes. This event was actually sold out. So it is going to be sponsored through Sprint and through Boost, and like I said, it is sold out. It's going to be at Grant Park, aka Millennium Park. According to Google Maps, it's kind of like both. So enjoy Pokemon Go Fest around the world. So apparently, somehow they're going to make it so that people not involved, or people that weren't able to get tickets, were somehow able to participate. And I'm not sure how that's going to go. But at Pokemon Go Fest, what we can expect, as I cross the street without trying to get hit, is increased Pokemon encounters. Now in Chicago, they're actually in the Tauros region as far as regional Pokemon, but it's showing a picture of a Heracross, and it says catch a wide variety of Pokemon, including some that have never been seen before in Grant Park. So that's very cool. So for them that'd be Heracross, but we're in the tropical zone that has both Corsola and Heracross in it. Now there's also going to be challenges and rewards. Work together with thousands of trainers in the park and millions around the world to complete challenges throughout the day and unlock amazing in-game rewards globally. More details about these challenges and rewards will be revealed in the coming weeks. Cool. There's going to be an exclusive in-app medal for people that attend the event. There's also going to be... I am doing a YouTube channel. How are you doing? Good? So...
What's the YouTube channel?
Tennis Player 9090. Alright, cool. Oh, I have 10 or 11 subscribers right now. I'm pretty new to YouTube. See ya.
You want to do any gameplay?
Pokemon Go.
You do it right now?
I am, yeah. Alright, so special Pokemon stops will be there as well. So around the park they're probably going to be doing all sorts of things like lures and apparently special Pokemon stops that will be dropping special Pokemon eggs, special 2K eggs, probably that are going to be having either regional Pokemon or very rare Pokemon such as unknown or maybe like special like ones that are less common. So that's going to be very cool. And then there's also going to be team lounges, one for Team Mystic, one for Team Valor, and one for, of course, our very own Team Instinct. So we're going to cool off and recharge, so probably battery packs and whatnot will be there in one of the 3 team lounges for the 3 teams that I just mentioned. There's also going to be photo ops for Pokemon, so probably different like little like Bulbasaur or people dressed up in a Pikachu, stuff like that. And if you want to get in an hour early, there's Sprint and Boost, or if you go to one of the host hotels. Now, I'm not going to be going to one of those hotels because I checked the prices and they are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like $700 for one per night. The other one was like $300 a night. I'm not doing that. Now, and then stay tuned for more information. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to Pokemon Go now. Alright, so we are actually now at the house. It's actually the next day since the last clip. And so we already see the new update has been rolled out. Update 67.1. And it comes with a new loading screen which shows what a raid battle would look like in the Pokemon world. You see Pikachu, Sneasel, Cyndaquil, Hoppip, and Squirtle taking on a massive Tyranitar. So we're actually going to go around and we're going to see a few different things as a couple Pokemon spawn in my house, but we can see the gyms are now looking a little different. They are currently still under construction. If I can tap it. I'm trying to tap it. Yeah, so when you go to it, it says gyms are under construction, but one of the cool things that came out is that you now see that the raid feature has been added to the map, at least to a small extent. Currently it says that you're not high enough level, but I've went around at Twitter, there's a bunch of different YouTubers including Ali and Reversal who are both higher level than me that are also getting the same message. Ali being like level 34 or 35, Reversal I think is at level 40, so it's not just because I'm not high enough level, that's everyone's getting that. But you can also look now, if you go to your Pokemon, there's now a search option, which is really cool. So if I start typing C for Charmander, it automatically pop up with all the C Pokemon in here, including Pokemon that you've nicknamed for other things, such as my Cloyster here that has an IV of 70, and I just put 70 in there. It's a Cloyster and it recognizes that, which is very cool. I like that feature a lot. Beyond that, you can now also see that there is a new section for gym badges, which is very cool. And then all of your other medals are still there. You can still update medal progress on other medals, but not the old medals such as this one, which was, I think, gym battles. Yeah, Battle Girl, and the other one was, I believe, Ace Trainer. So those ones are no longer available to be upgraded, so I'm going to be stuck at Silver and Bronze for both of those. But then again, I am more of a completionist and not so much of a gym battler because the old system was pretty much broken. I didn't like it at all. But the new gym system I'm definitely going to be more interested in and will definitely be more keen on doing that kind of stuff. Alright, but some of the cool stuff is that the Silph Road has come out with a new APK mine for this big thing. Now, a lot of this stuff has already been kind of leaked or has been confirmed by Niantic already, but there's a few things in here that are different. So, there's going to be battle teams now in the they've found specific things such as battle teams, which hopefully means that you can save like a set of Pokemon that you can use over and over again in battles, like having like a top CP team, maybe like a top versus fire type team, stuff like that, because there's specifically mentioned code for team name, max length, last used team, and battle team preference. So that's very cool. There's also going to be a new battle networking update that's going to be kind of thrown in at some point. There's going to be a max total deployed Pokemon limit, which I'm not entirely sure. It says that this may simply be in place to prevent deploying multiple Pokemon at the same team or at the same gym. But there are 3 distinct limits. There's a max player deployed Pokemon, max total deployed Pokemon, and max same Pokemon at fort. So we're not entirely sure what that means. Of course, the fort is probably another term for gym. There's also specifically legendary has finally been put into the code for number of legendary battle 1, number of legendary battle total. So it's going to be keeping track of both those things, which is very cool. There's also going to be error legendary Pokemon, which would of course not be very cool, because that does mean that there might be errors deployed. Hopefully that just means like once you catch a legendary Pokemon that you can't put that into a gym. That's probably going to, hopefully that's what that error refers to. There's also going to be a healing mode at the gym, which is going to be very cool. That means that potions and revives should just be able to be like another tab at the gyms where you're at, instead of needing to go back out to your main screen. Back out to your main screen to go heal up all your Pokemon and then go back into the gym. Now you should just be able to do it all at once, which should have been in the gym update to begin with, but I won't get into all that because I don't like the old system for gyms I was not a fan of. There's now going to be berry logistics, so part of the new gym badges is going to be that it's going to track berries fed, and there's also going to be different complexities added to the berries according to some of the code that was put in, such as error wrong team, error wrong count, error too fast, and error too frequent. So that probably means that there's going to be some cooldowns and different requirements with the berries that we're going to have to figure out along the way once the gyms are reopened. Now, there's also going to be gym badge tiers, so we kind of know that as part of the rest of the badges that we've had have been the shadows, and then you get bronze, silver, and gold. And now in the code for the gym badges, there is vanilla, which is the shadow, I'm guessing. Excuse me. And then bronze, silver, and gold. So it's things that we were kind of familiar with. And then these are also going to be able to be upgraded by increasing the following actions: winning defensive battles, feeding berries, deploying Pokemon, winning raid battles, and possibly something called losing all battles, though the Silph Road does not know why that was included, and neither do I. It's kind of odd. And there's also going to be Premier Balls. So I'm going to read here. It's basically going to be the base Pokeballs. There's going to, in a raid, you appear to be awarded Premier Balls based on the next factors: the base Pokeballs, individual damage contribution, team damage contribution, gym ownership, the percentage of damage inflicted by your team, and a bonus item multiplier. Unclear at the time of publication, so not sure what that means according to their code. So I guess you're going to be given more Premier Balls based on your contribution to the raid, is what it looks like. There's also going to quote-unquote fancy code to display the 6 gym Pokemon. That's probably to do with in the update that Niantic put out for Pokemon Go, you saw different pictures of like screenshots, and you saw where all 6 Pokemon were all together and just kind of standing together. That's probably what that code is for. It's a nice touch. Personally, I really like that. It was very cool to see all the different Pokemon together. Now, further on, there's also going to be an inbox, which should get more useful, blah blah blah. And there's also going to be lobbies. So another one of those screenshots that was up there was that there would be Pokemon lobbies, and you saw, I believe it was Team Valor and Team Mystic player together, and there was a code up in the top section, and it had like 4 Bulbasaurs and whatnot, and it was a lobby. So this lobby is going to be a construct used in the raid mechanic, and there's going to be both public and private lobbies, though there's still a lot left to be found about what exactly the difference is going to be between those, what constitutes private, what is going to be private raid, etc. And there's also a bunch of coding for both public and private, and then also join lobby is private, group code, suggested group size, and a new error such as error no available lobbies, which hopefully is that 20 player max that was mentioned by Pokemon Go in its release of the update. There's also going to be the gym badge map. This appeared. Oh yeah, that was another one of those screenshots where it was all the different gym badges all kind of together. Now, there's also going to be able to sort the gym badges by name, by defending, and by score codes that were found. So that's going to be interesting, definitely. And of course, there's also the new map for the raids, which is probably also what that gym badge map kind of helps out with. There's also going to be push notifications, which will be Pokemon Hungry push notification enabled, Gym Removal Pokemon notification enabled, Pokemon 1 push notification enabled. So the different little notifications that you'll get when a Pokemon is hungry, when a Pokemon has been removed from the gym, and when a Pokemon has won. Now, there's also going to be new bonus gym loot coding, which still needs to be, more information needs to be given, but there's going to be bonus gym loot apparently for the coding of awarded gym badge, loot, bonus loot, raid tickets, and team bonus loot. So this probably has to deal with the item drops after a raid and with the spinning of daily stuff. There's also more coding in regards to raid levels. So there's going to be 5 levels of the raid, and that's probably going to determine like how high the CP of the Pokemon is, the rarity of the raid Pokemon, and probably the top tier is probably going to be like legendary Pokemon will probably be in that top tier, and then like more like Alakazam and stuff like that, like more common Pokemon would probably be like a lower tier. So that is the Silph Road APK file. Huge mine of that, and there's still tons of information to be put out there. And there's also just different little things such as the Fire and Ice event apparently has been extended for at least 24 hours because it was supposed to end yesterday at the time of recording this video, but it's still going on right now, which is crazy. But that is the episode. There's tons of updates coming out, tons of new information coming out, and it is crazy. The Pokemon Go hype is definitely kicking back in, I believe. I know, at least definitely for me, is kicking back in, especially because I am starting to come close to the end of my Pokedex, which will be a new episode where I go ahead and evolve a bunch of more Pokemon from the Fire and Ice event, and I'm looking for new top CP Pokemon as well, so like new Poliwraths, new like Victory Bell, I think I can also do a new Venusaur, a new Charizard. All the new starting Pokemon will also be included. It's definitely going to be a ton of evolutions, ton new high CP max Pokemon. for the next episode. But if you did like this episode, go ahead, smash that thumbs up button. If you're enjoying the series, please subscribe. And as always, God bless, and see you for another episode of Pokemon Go.